Glenn Bell founded Taco Bell in 1962, impacting the cities of San Bernardino, Downey, and Torrance. Today, Taco Bell generates $10.1 billion in sales, has 7,000 units worldwide, and is recognized as a globally loved brand. Success in a $10 billion enterprise takes drive, imagination, flexibility, and nuanced leadership. Julie Felss Masino encapsulates these qualities as the president of Taco Bell North America and this year's UCLA Extension Restaurant Industry Conference Innovation Award recipient. As Julie stated in Forbes magazine, at Taco Bell, we don't scream value price points the way some of our competitors do. Instead, we celebrate it. Value has been in our DNA for decades. Julie helped catapult the brand's all-access technology strategy that ensures customers have easy and frictionless access to Taco Bell, when and how they want it. This also includes the national launch of Taco Bell Delivery in partnership with Grubhub at over 4,000 restaurants and unveiling self-serve kiosks. Julie's growth initiatives have fueled new concept development, with units named Urban Inline Restaurants, which are Taco Bell's expansion into urban and downtown neighborhoods, an area of growth beyond Taco Bell's drive-through restaurant roots. At the same time, the launch of 17 Taco Bell cantinas with convenient features like open kitchens, shareable menus, local art, free Wi-Fi, charging stations, and modern designs shows their growing ambition. Taco Bell cantinas also serve beer, wine, and sangria, and customers can even get the epic Mountain Dew Baja Blast, now available with a rum, tequila, or vodka twist. Under Julie, these new concept restaurant openings are expected to double across North America. But did you know, Taco Bell is not only a place to share tapas and drinks. Julie and her team know how to turn the heat up by growing the business beyond the restaurant with clothing and accessories found at the Taco Bell shop and in restaurant stores where fans can get one-of-a-kind branded merchandise. You can also get married at the Taco Bell Chapel in Las Vegas. Definitely a one-of-a-kind and memorable experience. There is also the Taco Bell Foundation and Live Más Scholarship, which encourages the next generation of innovators, creators, and dreamers. Look for an announcement about the Live Más Scholarship in May. But they didn't forget about their 200,000-strong team that benefits from Taco Bell's Start With Us, Stay With Us, a program that supports employees' pursuit of academic success by finding the right university or program. This is a partnership with Guild Education that has increased opportunities and has improved retention. We all know Taco Bell is fun. This kind of company growth and success is not mild, not just hot, but seriously on fire. Taco Bell expects to grow to 9,000 units and $15 billion in annual sales and expand internationally to 1,000 restaurants. For all these reasons and more, the UCLA Extension Restaurant Industry Conference is proud to recognize Julie Felss Masino, this year's recipient of the Innovation Award, for her contributions to the restaurant industry and her commitment to giving customers value, choice, innovation, and so many cravings. Please join us in congratulating Julie Felss Masino, President of Taco Bell North America.
On behalf of UCLA Extension, our Restaurant Advisory Board, and we really appreciate the differences you've made. It shows in social media, it shows in your stores, and I think everybody who is within about 1,000 miles of here has been to your stores, and congratulations on a new round of growth coming up.
Thank you so much. I want to start and talk about delivery and a little bit of a show and tell. I ordered delivery from Taco Bell yesterday in preparation, and it arrived on my doorstep in 22 minutes. Woo!
That's fast, people. You should know that that's fast.
The food was super warm, and it came with this little thank you note card. And let me read it. It says, "You and us, nothing tops it except fire sauce." And then in the back, there's a heart shape with hot sauce packets. "Thanks for ordering delivery. Love, Taco Bell." So,
oh my God, I'm so glad I was there in 22 minutes. That makes me so happy.
I know, I want to make you a little nervous there. So can you talk about delivery, and you guys waited a little bit longer than most, but how important it was to get it right and to do it like this?
Well, oh my God, that makes my heart so happy. People, come up to you all the time and want to tell you about their Taco Bell experience, and I'm always like, it was a good one. Because with 7,000 restaurants around the world, we try to get it right more times than not, but sometimes we don't always get it right. So I'm so happy that we got it right for you last night. And the partnership with Grubhub has been a really great one. We're so grateful for them and how they've helped us really slow down to go fast. Honestly, when we signed the deal with them about a year ago, it was probably like last March or April when we signed the deal, the idea was, okay, well, we can put tablets in all of our restaurants and go, we can activate delivery. And I was like, oh my God. Like, one of the things we really pride ourselves on at Taco Bell is getting your order right. You can make anything. Like, if you want a double cheesy G with a fire shell and you want black beans instead of seasoned ground beef, we will do it for you, but I want it to be right. And so one of the challenges with tablets in restaurants, and you guys experience this a lot, is you've got a translation error. Because what comes in on that tablet, somebody has to now take it and put it into your POS and get it to your kitchen, and that's another room for error. And we're busy. We do a lot of volume in our restaurants, and we didn't want to create another place for something to go wrong in the customer experience. We wanted to make it easy for our team member and easy for our customer. And that's a big fundamental pillar for us at Taco Bell. It's one of the things we really think about when we're innovating, is how do we make it easy? How do we really take the friction out of all of these things? We want our team members to love their job. We want it to be easy and empowering to do their job, and we want customers to be super happy. So for us, slowing down on delivery so that we can actually create something that had never been created, which is when you go on, and Nancy, when you ordered last night, did you do it on your phone?
I did it on my phone. I was tracking. I wanted to see how it was going. Nice. But I do that for all the brands.
But so you go on the Grubhub website on your phone. You could do it also on your computer or whatever, your tablet. You literally, from the Grubhub website, it goes into their goes into a holding pattern until the driver crosses a geofence. So we geofenced about 4,400 of our restaurants with Grubhub. And the beauty of it, and why Nancy got her food in 22 minutes, is we hold that order, Grubhub holds that order until they've identified a driver who crosses the geofence. Once they cross the geofence, then that order automatically drops to our POS and KDS in our restaurant. And that's when we start making the food, because we know it only takes us less than 4 minutes. We're fast. In addition to being innovative and easy. We're fast, and so once you cross that geofence, then we make the order, and then the driver's there to pick it up, and that's how we can get it to you really quickly. And that was a goal for us, because we wanted to really meet that 30-minute paradigm, because our food should be fast, and when you want a taco, you want it now. You don't want to wait 65 minutes for a burrito. I mean, scroll through the Grubhub Marketplace, right? I mean, some of those things, it's going to be a while before you get that food, and we know with most of our customers, when they want it now. So we want to meet their needs and make it easy. So that's why we slowed down to kind of go fast.
And, a lot of people talk today about technology and disruptors, and maybe hospitality is going away, but this adds a nice little touch. It made my heart pitter patter. Tell me the background behind this. Was this something that was really important to make sure you were reaching that customer in a transaction where you can't really be there face to face?
Yeah, I think we try to think of it not as a transaction. It's probably our starting point. I think, one of the things that my team does such a great job of, and it's really in our DNA, is to really do things in a category of one way. We really say, what's the Taco Bell way to do these things, right? And delivery is something that's been out there for decades, right? Think about getting your Chinese food delivered or pizza delivered. It's something that's out there. But we said, what would Taco Bell delivery really feel like? Or how do we plus that up? How do we do it in a way that only Taco Bell can? So that's where the ease came into it. That's where speed was really important in it. And then we said, the marketing team, my marketing team is so amazing. They're such great talents. We had a lot of tech innovation on this, but the marketing team said, the insight that they heard when they talked to consumers was, I have been wanting Taco Bell to deliver for so long. This is like my dream. So it's actually our taco dreams delivered. So the idea was taking it not from this transactional, I ordered some food, I paid for it, but really this moment of making people's dreams come true and thanking them for it. And so it was one of the great tactics that the marketing team came up with to really make, hopefully it sounds like it worked, to make you feel special.
I had a little sticker too that had my name on it. By the way, it's really hard to spend $10 at Taco Bell. I was trying to avoid a small charge fee because I'm really cheap. And so I ended up getting this
$2 $5 boxes, you're done. Come on.
So that's a good segue.
You got the taco party pack, Nancy. You missed out on that.
There's only 2 of us. I'm an empty nester.
Invite your neighbors.
That's true. I thought about that. But that brings me to value and menu innovation. To name a few, nacho fries, just launched vegetarian menu, test, $1 grande burritos. How do you innovate at such a high level and such a Taco Bell way and still give people value?
That's a great question. I think, let me try to separate it into two things. One, I think, as I said earlier, we are so about innovation, and I'm passionate about innovation. I've always really worked on innovation at all the brands that I've worked on, and so coming to Taco Bell for me was just almost like the dream of all dreams, right? To come to a company where it is just in our DNA in such an amazing way. When I go out and talk to people in our restaurants who've worked with us for 10 days or 10 years, one of the things they love about working at Taco Bell is that it's never the same day. They're like, I can't wait to see what's coming up next. Tell us what's on the marketing calendar next. What's coming out in the next promotion? Like, our team members love our innovation just as much as our customers do. And I think that's a really important part of what makes us so special. So talking about that, and then I'll come back to the value piece. Fries is a great example. For years, we compete in the QSR business, right? It's kind of a burger and fry business. There's a lot of sandwiches out there. Kind of everybody has fries. So customers would say to us all the time, why doesn't Taco Bell have fries? And so we thought about it for years before I got there, right? This conversation's been going on for a long time. Well, should they be crinkle cut? Should they be waffle? Should they be shoestring? Should they be what would a Taco Bell fry be? Well, of course they'd have ketchup, and none of it felt like Taco Bell. If you come back to our North Star, which is really about being a category of one, look, we're Mexican QSR. We've brought Mexican food to America. We brought value to America. We were the first people to bring drink refills to America. We are innovators. We do things our way. So how would we do fries? It's certainly not going to be what everybody else does. So it took us a while, but I think we did a pretty good job. So we took a thicker fry and we covered it in Mexican seasoning, and we served it with our fan favorite, totally addictive nacho cheese sauce. So that's nacho fries, right? And they're really nacho fries. But people love them, and they've been great. And of course, we launched them in a really exciting and innovative way, which was with a fake movie trailer about the conspiracy as to why we never had fries before. And it was because the burger guys didn't want us to have them. So just really, again, thinking in a very category of one way, what is our North Star? How do we play our game and really keep raising the bar for ourselves? We love challenging ourselves. So innovation is definitely in our DNA. But what I love about what we do at Taco Bell is when you think about innovation, at most concepts, a lot of times you pay a lot of money for innovation. When something new comes out, people upcharge for it, or it's an LTO, so it's going to be premium priced. We are so focused on innovation and quality. We have amazing food at Taco Bell. We're going to talk about vegetarian, I think, in a minute too. But we also put innovation at a great price point, and I am so proud that we're able to do that. And it's due to great things that our innovation team does, our supply chain. Everybody really focuses on how we do that. I love the product we have out right now. Has anybody been at Taco Bell in the last couple weeks? The loaded nacho taco. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Loaded nacho taco is a perfect example. It is a nacho and a taco that have a baby, right? So it's this amazing soft taco with our seasoned beef in it, nacho cheese, a little sour cream, lettuce, tomatoes, and these amazing Southwestern nacho chips in there.
Yeah, I did order that.
It's so good!
It was so good, I didn't know what I was eating.
It's amazing! It was the loaded nacho taco! And it was only $1. That's the best thing about it.
That's why I got it, was $1.
Yeah, that's why you had a hard time spending $10, because you bought the loaded nacho taco. So we bring innovation in, again, our own way to people, but we also pair it with value, which is really exciting, and I think keeps our brand so accessible to so many people, and it allows you to try things that may sound crazy to you. Like a loaded nacho taco may sound like, I don't even know what that is, but it's $1, so I'll try it. It's going to be great. I trust Taco Bell. I know that they create great things, and it's only $1, so it's got a really low barrier to entry. So I think we do a great job of really thinking outside of the box, or outside of the bun, and then really also bringing value into that equation for our consumer.
And the vegetarian menu, what I like what you did and what was innovative was that you stayed true to your brand, and you didn't bring in, a lot of your peers are bringing in plant-based supplier products, without naming names. And you guys are basically saying, hey, we've had vegetarian products for a while. Talk about that, and also just staying true to your brand and how that came about.
Yeah, this is another thing that I'm super proud of the team on. And, I've been a Taco Bell fan since I was 15 years old, so I love this brand so much. And if you think about, the brand's 57 years old. It shouldn't feel that way to you. It should feel probably, hip and current, and I think we do a good job of that. But for 57 years, our number 2 selling item is the bean burrito. I say all the time, we're OG vegetarian. We have been vegetarian since before vegetarian was a thing. It's our number 2 item, and it has been, and people love the bean burrito. If you haven't had one recently, go get one. It's an amazing product. Refried beans, a little red sauce, you can get it with or without the onions, I prefer it without. Tomatoes, like all wrapped up in a warm tortilla. It's delicious, and people know it. We are the only QSR certified by the American Vegetarian Association, and we have been. And so not only can you get our refried beans, you can sub out any of our proteins for the refried beans. You can also sub out any of our proteins with black beans, which are also delicious. So a lot of vegetarians have been using us as sort of their choice when they need convenient, fast, healthy food. But a lot of people also come in just because they want to eat less meat, and so we're a great choice for them. Look, the team talked to the Beyond Meat people and the Impossible Burger people, and we've had them in, and look, we serve 47 million people a week in America, so lots of vendors want to come talk to us. So they've all been in, we've tasted their product, and we've thought about it, but we realized, like again, in a category of one way, playing our book is using the stuff that's already there, which is refried beans, black beans. How do we actually highlight that we have delicious items like the Crunch Wrap Supreme? If you sub out the seasoned ground beef and put black beans in that, you're going to be very happy. It's delicious, really delicious stuff. So really proud of like what we've been able to do there, and just again, kind of playing our game in our own way.
And on the innovation side, on your app, you can make something vegetarian, right?
Yeah, we actually, we've rolled out kiosks in our restaurants in the last year. They're in about 3,000 of our 7,000 restaurants right now. And one of the things we realized very early on is that a lot of people love using the kiosk, similar to the mobile app, it's the same UI, so that they can actually choose their customization. So I like the Crunch Wrap Supreme with black beans. It's really easy to do that on there. But what the team actually came up with was, again, in a very Taco Bell, your Taco Bell dreams delivered kind of way, we put a button on the kiosk screen that literally, instead of going through and subbing out all the chicken or beef or steak protein for beans, you click a button and it makes the entire menu vegetarian. So every choice that you get has already taken the animal protein out and put the bean choices in front of you. So super easy, takes the friction out, makes it really a joy to kind of order. People love it, it's super fun.
Should have a button for all sorts of things like that.
Yeah.
I want to segue to the urban inline stores where you guys are opening restaurants without drive-thrus, restaurants with alcohol. Tell me a little bit more about that and how you are kind of pivoting that way.
Yeah, I think, one of the things that we really pride ourselves on at Taco Bell is putting our team members and our customers at the center of all that we do. It's a really important piece of how I like to lead, because our job is to really solve problems for those two people. When we're making it easy and fun to work in our restaurants, and when we're meeting our customers' needs and anticipating needs that they don't even have, we're doing all of the right things. But really, if you think about trends in America today, what Taco Bell's been building for the last 30 years has been freestanding drive-thrus in suburbia. Nobody wants to live in suburbia anymore, right? People are moving to urban centers. That's where jobs are happening. Think about the urban growth that's happening. Think about, there are 16-year-olds out there who don't want to drive, right? That's really different than when many people in this room were kind of growing up and your license was like your freedom. People now don't want to drive. So we're trying to get in front of that and think about how the restaurant concept will evolve. Knowing that we're going to be less dependent on drive-thrus and thinking about where people are moving to in these urban centers, So where do we find different plots of real estate? How do we think about our concept in these spaces? And it's really been an amazing journey for us thinking through that. So we have the Cantina concept as well, which is that urban inline, but where we've also added in alcohol. So looking at the demographics of the area, thinking, hey, we're near a stadium, we're near a college campus, a place where people might want to come in and have a beer with their tacos, like go figure. It's actually really working out well for us and really a fun concept.
And even your traditional restaurants are adapting, and nothing's cookie cutter anymore. That was sort of the way fast food used to be. Do you see that totally changing?
Yeah, I'm super passionate about the restaurant experience because I think while consumers' needs are evolving, right? Like Nancy last night wanted her Taco Bell dreams to come to her door. She wanted to sit on her couch and eat her tacos. Some people want to do that with Nancy. Some people want to eat it in their car. Some people want to come into a great space with their friends. You know, our positioning of the brand is actually about being the social experience of food, which is why I kind of told you to bring your neighbors over last night. But so we try to do that in new and exciting ways, right? So we think about the restaurant as a place where you might want to gather. Sometimes you want to just come in and come out and you're on your lunch hour and you've got to get a quick meal. How do we make it easy for you to get in and out, remove the friction from that situation? Or, hey, you want to meet up with some friends and you want to do something really different? Come in, grab a plate of shareables, grab a taco party pack, and sit down and have a beer and a Taco Bell. So we're really thinking through what those experiences look like, how they should feel. And I think the other great thing about our brand is when I say Taco Bell, you have an image in your mind. It probably is about food first, maybe secondarily about our advertising campaigns, because we're out there a lot with some really great work. But our restaurant is probably not the first two things you think about. Or maybe you do, maybe you have a real nostalgic view of it. You think about our old mission-style buildings or things like that. So we're really trying to figure out how to make our restaurant experience equal our brand experience. So much more to come in that space as we continue to evolve and grow.
How many do you plan to build of this urban non-drive-through concept?
Yeah, we haven't really publicly announced any numbers. I mean, we're just really going where the opportunity is. It's interesting because if you think about what I said about how Taco Bell's grown in the last 30 years, we've built a lot of suburban freestanding drive-thrus. The opportunity for us is to go into a lot of these urban centers, like a Seattle, like a San Fran, like a New York. We just opened 3 restaurants in New York City, literally in Q4 of last year, which it's been kind of a barren spot for us. Meanwhile, you know, a lot of people have a lot of restaurants there. So we haven't really put a number out there because we're really kind of taking those deep urban geographies and really kind of going deep in them to really figure out what the right density for us is, especially pairing that with delivery. Right, so really trying to figure out how we approach some of these geographies differently.
So you don't really know performance quite yet, since drive-thrus really generate for QSR a lot, 60-70% of the revenue.
No, they're performing really well, so we're building more. We're excited about the footprint and the whole 9 yards. I think for us, it's, you know, if you think about what we just did in Manhattan, we built one on 8th and 50th, 51st and 8th. We built one on 34th and 8th, and then we built another one right down on 23rd and 7th. So kind of like to see density-wise, is that enough? Like they're pretty close together. Can we get the delivery thing right? So we're just really trying to figure out what's the right kind of coverage area for us.
I want to move on to the video talked about merchandising, hot sauce, packet onesies, and holiday sweaters. You have a merchandising background from Starbucks. What did you bring to Taco Bell? Did you want to ramp up the merchandising, and how is the retail important?
Yeah, I would say, one, the team was already working on that before I got there. The thing that you saw in the video was a collaboration that the marketing team put together with Forever 21, which was so exciting and literally sold out in minutes. Like, the stuff that, I mean, you can still buy some of those pieces on eBay, but they're way more expensive than what they sold for. It was such a hot idea. But merch is a great area to really bring your brand expression to life, and it's something that we're spending some time thinking about. The other place where I've really leaned in with the brand is gift card, because the gift card business is just such a great business, especially for a brand like Taco Bell that has such accessible price points. You give somebody a $10 card at Taco Bell, Nancy couldn't even spend $10 last night. You can eat 2 times at Taco Bell for a really low amount of money, so it's a great gift card business for us. So we're really leaning into that into some new and exciting ways. But if you go to our website, we have a whole taco shop on there, which is super fun. Hot sauce socks, I should be wearing them right now, I didn't even think about that. You know, some great t-shirts and things like that, which are really amazing gifts and ways to really bring the brand to life. So we really think about the brand holistically from a 365-degree, you know, kind of situation. So how are we surrounding you? How do we enable you to interact with the brand the way you want to? You know, that's a lot of our digital work, as well as the ad work that you see, as well as what comes to life in restaurants. So we want our fans to be able to access us however they want to.
Will you ever bring those in store, like the same way Starbucks has, you know, the mugs and everything?
We actually have a couple of restaurants that do sell the merchandise. So you saw some pictures in the video of our Las Vegas Cantina. That's the #1 Taco Bell in our system. does a ton of volume. It's right on the strip, and they have a line of merchandise in there. So we've played around with it. I won't say no, I won't say yes. We're kind of in the middle of that exploration, but it's a lot of fun.
I want to pivot a little bit about labor. The industry faces really tight labor market, and you've recently launched hiring parties literally in the last week. I went to one on Tuesday afternoon in the city of Orange. It was good. I got to meet Frank Tucker, your chief people officer. Not that I got to meet him, I actually know. He's my neighbor. Tell me a little bit about being creative. Everybody here has a hiring problem and a retention problem. Tell me what Taco Bell is doing with examples like this hiring party, and then address maybe retention and the Live Moss scholarships.
Yeah, I'd love to. Thanks for the question. So something I'm super passionate about is really our people and helping them be their best selves. So hiring parties is, again, if I come back to Taco Bell being innovative in all facets of our business, right? It's not just about the food that you eat, it's not about the retail experience we just talked about, or retail. We really try to apply that to all parts of our business. And when we think about the labor problem and labor skyrocketing and really unemployment being at such low rates, like how do we find and attract great people? And we are very fortunate at Taco Bell. A lot of people really stay with us for a long time. We have a program called Start With Us, Stay With Us, because we want you, again, just like with our consumers, we want you to access us how you want to. Team members the same way. If you want to have a summer job with us, that's cool. You want to work for us for 30 years, that's cool too, right? We are down with anything and everything in between there. So that's what Start With Us, Stay With Us is all about. And hiring parties was just an innovative idea, like, hey, going to get a job is not fun. Like, do you get dressed up? Like, what do you wear? Do you apply online? What does that feel like? And so we said, why don't we make it frictionless? Why don't we make it fun? Why don't we make it easy? So the idea was, we're just gonna throw a party. Come on in, eat some Taco Bell food, meet the GM, meet the shift leads, meet the AGM, find out if you like us, find out if we like you, and let's talk about what working here kind of feels like. And we actually believe that working in Taco Bell is fun. A lot of people love it because it's never the same day twice. And like I said, we're busy. So if you like to rock and roll, if you like to move, if you want to learn new items all the time and work as part of a team, it's a great environment. And we found that the party is just a really great way to showcase that and bring people together and allow people to, in a less formal way, really feel whether or not we're right for you, for either a small job or a career. So it's been a fun new thing that we're literally in the throes of it. We have like over 600 hiring parties in the next couple weeks happening all over the US. It's crazy.
I think what was nice for me to see was there was a 20-year-old who walked in, and she sat down with one of your GMs from one of the stores. And later on, I went and asked how she liked the experience, and she said, you know, they really made me feel comfortable. And then later on, I found out that her previous job, she was hired, it was a retail job, not a restaurant job, and they didn't give her any training, and it was really scary for her. And your GMs made her feel so comfortable. They said, oh, we take up to 40 days to train you. And I was like, 40 days?
It's because there's a lot of combinations of Taco Bell. I mean, can anybody out there tell me the difference between the beefy 5-layer and the Supreme Burrito? No, you've got to be trained. It's top secret. Just kidding. No, but it does. We do. We really do believe in investing in training because I think it's a really crappy feeling. Like what she just described to you doesn't feel good. Think about maybe the best thing to liken it to in your life is trying to put together an IKEA dresser with no instructions. Right? Like that doesn't feel good. What if somebody throws you on the floor and says, just do it? Or make a burrito, or help this customer and you don't know? Like people, one of my theories as a leader is that people want to do good. They really don't want to wake up people don't wake up every day and say, oh, I'm gonna screw up Taco Bell. They don't. They wake up and they say, I'm gonna have a great day. I want to feel good about the choice I'm making because I could go work at the retail concept, I could stay home and take care of my kid or my mom or whatever. They've made a choice to come work for you and they want to be successful. They want to do good work. They want to go home feeling good about the choice that they made. And when you can help them do that with great training and a great team environment, that's like half the battle. So when they go home feeling good about what they did today and that they're trained properly so that they can succeed, because honestly, working in a Taco Bell is stressful. Our lunch rushes are serious and people order more food than you, Nancy. They're big checks with lots of food items on them, and you've got to get it right, and we are fast, so we want to make sure that we're setting people up for success. And so I think the hiring parties is an innovative way for us to try to suss out if people are going to be happy with us. But you asked another part of the question. I
Well,
forgot
last
what it was.
year, you raised, Taco Bell Foundation raised $10 million for youth education, and you awarded over 650 Live Más scholarships. So these are scholarships that are going to your employees as well as people on the outside. Talk about that and how important that is.
Yeah, this is another thing that I would also say we're super innovative in because, and I'm also really proud of it. You know, again, we put people at the front of everything that we do, and the Live Más Scholarship is just a really great example of that, because what the team realized, and I can't take any credit for this, it was all before I got here, was that scholarships kind of usually land in one of two buckets. Bucket number one is you're an athlete and you're great, like we just had Miss Val here. You know, who was the woman she just talked about who was getting $60,000 a year worth of, you know, scholarship. So you're a great athlete, Miss Val's going to give you a scholarship, or you're really, really smart, so you're going to get an academic scholarship. What we realized is there's a lot of people in between there. There's a lot of people in between there who want to change their life, want to go to school, and probably need a little bit of help to make their dreams come true. So in a very Taco Bell way, we reached out and said, hey, we raise a lot of money. We believe in youth. We believe in the future of our world, and that youth are a big part of that. And so everything we do around the foundation is around helping youth and helping them find their voice and really succeed in life. And we believe, again, that's why we train so well in our restaurants. But the Live Más Scholarship is easy. You don't actually have to fill out a form. You don't have to tell us what your GPA was. You actually don't even have to tell us your SAT or anything. You make us a video. You make a 2-minute video and you tell us why you want the scholarship and what you're going to do, what you've been doing, and how it's going to help you change the world. And we get, I mean, it's like one of my favorite days of the year when I get to go watch these. It's literally everything from, I watched one 2 weeks ago, a woman who is going to medical school and asked for our help because she wants to help end the opioid crisis in the US. Like, seriously, unbelievable. And then one was a woman who is, she does makeup to help patients and like make them feel better. And so that's how she wants to change the world. She wants to go get an art degree to like take that to the next level. Like, I mean, and you see everything in between, and it's just such an exciting thing that we do. Last year we gave out over last year we raised $12 million. You talked about what we gave out. We're gonna give out even more this year, and we have a commitment to give out over $20 million in the next couple of years. So the scholarships range from $5,000 to $25,000, and that's for people who don't even work for us. And then if you work for us, you can also apply for the scholarship, which is super exciting as well to help our team members achieve their dreams. My favorite one last year is a woman, and she works in the middle of the country, had never been to Japan, but was studying Japanese. And it was her dream to go to Japan and learn Japanese, and we came and surprised her with a scholarship. And we took her to one of our restaurants in Japan, and she got to work there, and it was like so amazing while she was on a work-study program, and she is like, her name's Hannah, and it's like the best story ever. So those are the kind of things that we do with the foundation, with the Live Más Scholarship, which makes my heart really happy and honestly changes lives, which is what we try to do at Taco Bell.
You worked at Starbucks for 12 years in various roles, and then you were the CEO of Sprinkles while it was growing. What experiences did you learn there that you took with you to Taco Bell?
Yeah, I think, I mean, gosh, you know, similar, oh God, I hate saying similar to Miss Val, but I think life just, in a weird way, sets you up for different things, right? I mean, I always, big businesses that I ran at Starbucks were always global and lots of innovation focused, and certainly not at the rapidity that we do at Taco Bell, but, you know, I worked on lots of things, and lots of my babies are still alive and well when you walk into Starbucks every single day. You know, and then for me, working for somebody as charismatic and visionary as Howard Schultz just really has such an impact on you as a leader in the way that he leads and the way that he thinks about driving the company forward. And so there's so much that I took from my time with him, besides being a morning person. When I first got to Seattle, oh my God, like, I lived in New York before that, and New York does not start until like 9:30 in the morning, you know, maybe 10 o'clock, and you work until 7 o'clock at night. I get out to Seattle, and like, oh my God, it's a coffee company, everybody is up, Howard is on email at 5 o'clock in the morning. Like literally every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for almost 10 years, I had a standing meeting at 7 a.m. Like it is an early morning culture. The baristas are in the restaurants at 4:30 in the morning, and you are too if you're touring stores. So it's really, it made me a morning person in a lot of ways. So I'm like the first person at Taco Bell pretty much every morning. Well, maybe not the first person, but I like to get in early, set my day up, and kind of move through my day that way. So I definitely learned that there, but really leading with heart and caring about people and impact on culture and society, I learned a lot of that at Starbucks. And then Sprinkles, I had the amazing opportunity to work with Charles and Candace, who are also founder visionaries, really creative, really committed to quality. So a lot of similarities with Howard, and then really growing their baby was super fun with them to take it from 14 to 26 restaurants and 26 bakeries really, and in a short time, and think about how they grow and how they expand was really fun. So I learned a lot about being small, and for me, that experience also helped me with my franchisees because they were PE backed. So I didn't have any experience with that, and then coming to this environment where a lot of my franchisees are PE backed, I can look them in the eye and say, yeah, I know what your covenants are like. I've been there. I understand your financing structure, and I'm able to do that with them. And then Mattel had an interesting parallel in that I ran the largest division of Mattel, a publicly held company, where the division was not where the headquarters are, right? And so I run the largest division of Yum in California when the headquarters are in Texas. So it's like sort of understanding those corporate politics and the back and forth. So it's sort of all of those things have kind of led me to Taco Bell in a weird way that you wouldn't have strung together until you sit here now and have the gift of hindsight, I think.
Taco Bell is a big brand. When you started here, you said you dissected it, and then what did you learn about it that maybe you didn't know, even though you're a super fan since your childhood?
I learned that my favorite item doesn't sell very well. That was really sad for me. I love the chili cheese burrito, and it just, I'm wrong. It's not a big item. Thank you.
Yeah.
I love that item.
Has it been in danger of getting thrown off the menu?
Yeah, because I'm one of those leaders that I don't, I want what customers want, I want what my team members want, right? Like I don't have all the answers. Like, you know, my job is to like have the vision and point the team in the right direction and take lots of input, right? Because the world moves fast, and many heads make better decisions than one. So, you know, yeah, I love the chili cheese burrito, but when it's ready to die, it'll die. Just like I had to kill the almond syrup at Starbucks too, and I still get a lot of grief for that. That's not
You're the one.
I know. You can come and kill me later. But it's, you know, life moves on, and you have to drive those things forward. But no, I think I learned a lot about I think the way we go to market is really interesting because we are so fast. With 11 promotional windows a year is really a different pace. Like, I love the pace of QSR. I think maybe not all of you guys are in QSR out here, but for me, I love it. It's addictive, it is fast, it's fast moving. It's like, what happened yesterday, what's gonna happen tomorrow, where am I going? Like, I love it. And Starbucks was very much like that for me. But the rapidity with which we bring new things to market, nobody does it. And the way that my team is a machine, and they've just really honed the testing process over the years, the way we talk to consumers, the way we think about our innovation voice, and the way we innovate, the team is amazing at that. So I've learned a lot even from that process, having run innovation at several other companies. So that for me has been really fun and just fast and furious and really super exciting. Yeah.
You have a deep bench at Taco Bell. There's people, even Liz, moving from CFO to being in charge of international.
Yeah.
Talk about that pivot for her.
Yeah.
And what your goals are internationally.
Yeah, I mean, we are. I mean, the team is so great. I mean, I feel like I talk about the team a lot, but I've been so blessed and so lucky to really support and lead such a great team because they are such incredible functional experts, and at the same time, I think Yum does a really good job of helping people stretch and do a lot of different things. I mean, look, Greg, the CEO of Yum, used to be the CMO of Taco Bell, and then he was the president of Taco Bell, and then he was the CEO of Taco Bell, and now he's the CEO of Yum, right? So they think really long-term about people's careers. So Nancy was just talking about Liz Williams, who was the CFO for several years at Taco Bell. She actually started at Pizza Hut in brand strategy there. She took on a Yum corporate strategy role, came to Taco Bell as CFO, and now she's running international for us, which is a huge mandate of growth. You know, we have 7,000 restaurants around the world, but only 400 of them are outside of North America. So Liz has a big challenge in front of her, and she's the right person to do it. She's super smart and super committed and dedicated to really helping us grow globally. And she's doing a great job of it. So my CFO has been at Yum for a really long time. Her name's Natalia Varsigian. She most recently was the Chief Commercial Officer of Pizza Hut. Before that, she was at KFC. You know, and she's Ukrainian and French, and you know, so Yum does a really nice job of helping us move talent around and really finding people to help round out needs that we have in the business. So Natalia is a great help to Liz also as we think about how we grow globally as well as to me domestically. So.
Well, enough of my questions. It's time for audience Q&A. I'm sure you might have a lot of